Wikia community, I am Grae Drake, and I'm here for the second half of Season 5's Walking Dead Wikia fan versus critic show. So welcome, and I use my hands a lot, and it's coming at you. All right. So we're back with Season 5, Episode 9, What Happened and What's Going On. So I'm the critic, but we also have the fan here. So I would like to introduce with great fanfare, WalkerTexasRanger. Say hello.
Hi everybody, it's nice to be back again, and it's nice to meet you, Grae. I look forward to it.
Likewise, sir. A very gentlemanly introduction, and I can sense that things are going to get really dirty later. So why don't we start out with just your general thought on the episode, WalkerTexasRanger. Were you positive or negative on Episode 9?
Well, the episode title already left kind of a bad taste in my mouth, and the episode didn't feel like an opener. Kind of felt like it was dragging on because they had nowhere else to go and needed to get rid of a character.
Okay, why didn't you like the title?
Well, mainly they name-dropped it twice in the episode. Tyree said it twice. He was like, I know what happened and what's going on. And I just it feels cheap to me. Like, a silly jab at like, oh, hey guys, see what we did here?
I like to do a Pee-wee's Playhouse and pretend that that's the secret word, and every time they say it, I just go, ah! So I think that you are wrong. I think that this episode was really interesting. I think that it continues a lot of what they started building in Season 5, right? Like, we're starting to really focus in on these characters, and we're starting to do new things in a world that could, by any other standards, be very limited. Because they're zombies and humans gotta survive. And so I think most other shows would just keep killing zombies and not ever really expand on their characters. Whereas The Walking Dead, now that they've had the same showrunner, have started to really expand on this world and what's going on with the people. Is the episode entirely successful in what it tried to do, be all artsy-fartsy? No, it ends up feeling like a Terrence Malick episode of The Walking Dead, kind of. But I admire their efforts. Even though you didn't like it, Walker, what did you like about the episode? What was fantastic about it?
There was one scene in particular that really stuck out in my mind. There were a lot of character hallucinations, and the governor was one of them, the most prevalent for some reason. But there was one part where they were like in a film room, and the governor was walking towards him. Now that was the most artsy-fartsy Terrence Malick style of it all, but I just thought that image really, really stuck out in my mind.
I agree with you that this episode was filled with some really shocking images, just because they had put so much thought into it ahead of time. Like, Greg Nicotero directed this episode, and I thought that really showed, because he's been so instrumental in this show, just the way it looks and the effects, of course, but his episodes are really good that he's in charge of, and I love that. I love the symbolism that comes from all over this episode, where you've got the governor who's actually a zombie who's gonna bite him for the second time, bros. Like, what is that all about? I loved the fact that the girls were the ones pulling on his arm and tugging on his arm, and then, ha-cha! They cut his arm off. I was like, if you guys aren't going to cauterize that, he's definitely going to die. Like, A for effort, but this is not going to work. This is a bad plan. So what are your thoughts on where the season is going to go in relation to Rick's beard?
Good question. I think they're going to meet Chuck Norris somewhere down the line, and he's going to marvel at Rick's beard, and he's going to join their group. So, I think it's just going to get a lot more hairy. Things will get a lot more hairy.
Nice. Nice. Well done, WalkerTexasRanger. Perfect punchline to that. You and I don't agree on this episode necessarily, but you have presented some really good points. Do you have any final words about the 9th episode of the season? What happened and what's going on?
Oh, for future reference, you should probably lift an arm when it's bleeding out.
Right!
Yeah, because that really, like, I was watching the episode, and that just took me right out of it. It was bad.
They know that by now. Hold the everybody get your stumps up. I think that you've said all that there needs to be said. So that's going to conclude this episode of Fan versus Critic. Hey, everybody at Wikia, make sure that you tell us who you agreed with and who you disagreed with. Leave a comment below, and we're going to be back next week. Tell us what you thought, and we'll see you again really soon. Thanks, WalkerTexasRanger. You rock.
All right, thank you. It was a pleasure. You too.